Coralganics, Coralganics, Coralganics.
Hi, I'm Cora with Coralganics. This episode is about Special K's new hot cereal, Nourish. From its commercials, to its packaging, to its video starring a registered dietitian, Nourish has worked very hard to advertise their product as a very nourishing, filling, wholesome, and at the same time, low calorie. Like this is necessarily a good thing. What comes to mind when you think of a breakfast that offers all these attributes? Is it this? Well, I can see where it fits the low-calorie description. To convince you that Nourish is more nourishing than the overly processed flakes you just saw, Special K had to develop a multifaceted marketing strategy that I will discuss next. At first glance, the average customer might think Special K Nourish is a very healthy breakfast option. I mean, we're talking whole grains including wheat, barley, oats, and even quinoa. They even call them superfoods. Many, if not most Americans have heard of quinoa by now, especially health-conscious folks. It's one of the new buzzwords. It's in Nourish, and they like to highlight it throughout their marketing. But even if quinoa is some amazing superfood, it's the last ingredient in the whole grain blend. Just how much quinoa is actually in the container anyways? My mom and I decided to take a look. Well, we couldn't tell how much quinoa was in there, or if there was any at all. All we could see was overly processed flakes, smaller flattened pieces, and powder, all the same color. Nothing that resembles quinoa. Yet, one of the ladies in their commercial even says, "Oh, I can definitely taste the quinoa." Please. Here is another trick of the industry. Companies must list the ingredients in their product from biggest to smallest. We believe this is why each superfood isn't listed individually, but instead listed as a whole grain blend. Where would each one fall on the ingredient list? Where would the quinoa they boast about fall on the ingredient list? I'd be willing to bet that each grain would not be at the top of the list anymore. I'd also be willing to bet that it contains more sugar in its various forms than quinoa. They do, however, list the different sugars. Why use different sugars? Well, first of all, if they used only one type of sugar, it would fall higher up on the ingredient list. It might even be the first ingredient. You'll need to look at the serving size to see how much sugar you're actually getting. Special K boasts that it's lightly sweetened with maple brown sugar and almonds. First of all, what is maple brown sugar? It's not in the ingredient list, yet that's how it's sweetened? Nourish does contain a small amount of almond pieces, but at only 3.6 grams of sugar per cup of almonds, we can figure out that the cereal sweetness is hardly derived from the almonds. This maple brown sugar crunch variety is over 20% sugar with 11 grams of sugar from dried cane syrup, which is basically just sugar, possibly genetically modified dry molasses, and maple syrup, a healthier type of sweetener, at almost the very bottom of the ingredient list. This means that hardly any of its sweetness is derived from the maple syrup. But more importantly, with this much sugar, this hot cereal is hardly nourishing. Another point made by the commercial is that it is less than 200 calories. Now, to be fair, there is a very good reason for this. There's hardly any food in the container. The serving size is listed at 52 grams. How much food is 52 grams anyways? Well, when we measured it, it came up to about 1/3 of a cup. Does this look like a nourishing way to start your day? YouTube channel, they hired a registered dietitian to talk about why she loves Nourish so much. Of course, she boasts about quinoa, one of her all-time favorite foods. But then again, we don't know how much quinoa is actually in the container because it's been so ridiculously over-processed. On the same video, she says that women should focus on eating right, not necessarily eating less. That's great and all, yet she later highlights that Nourish is under 200 calories. It's a conflicting message, but they don't care. Personally, when I think of nourishing, low calorie just doesn't come to mind. I believe that if we eat truly nourishing foods, we do not need to count calories, and we can rely on our bodies to tell us when we've had enough to eat. Some of the other non-nourishing ingredients include genetically modified soy protein isolate and soy lecithin, natural flavor, and even BHT, a preservative that many believe to be carcinogenic and can also be found in jet fuel. And of course, a handful of genetically modified synthetic vitamins. The Special K dietitian says that the first thing she do when she looks at a packaged food is she looks at the ingredients. Ha! Really? Because she conveniently doesn't mention any of these ingredients, nor does she mention any of the sugars. Rather, she cherry picks the ingredients, the healthy buzzwords that she wants you to hear. It's all extremely deceptive. So, what to do? First of all, don't be fooled by the marketing tactics and buzzwords used by the companies in their attempt to make their foods appear healthy. They spend a good amount of money trying to do this. As always, read the ingredients. All of the ingredients. Look at how much sugar the product has per serving. Look at the serving size. And if you really want to eat a nourishing hot oatmeal breakfast, search on the internet for a recipe that requires soaking the oatmeal overnight. You won't add nasty chemicals or genetically modified ingredients. You'll be gentle on the environment by not throwing away numerous packages, which might cost even more than the food inside of them. That's all for today's Coralganics. If you enjoyed it, please comment, share, and like it. You can also follow me on Facebook. Thanks for watching!
Should know that OMG's and MSG. OMG's. That on your table, you might want to read the label and make sure it's good for you.
Coralganics!
It's good to know what's in your food.
It might be worms or super glue.
So make sure it's good for you.
Coralganics!
Everyone needs food to grow, to make them strong.